All right, we'll wait a few seconds, see if anybody comes into the live video. I know it's a very random time. We wanted to give this a test on the water, see how the internet worked out here, figure out how the live stream works in the river system. Not sure if I have good enough cell phone service. All right, somebody showed up. So the goal is to see if the live streaming service works in the river. I'm not sure if we have good enough cell phone service. I can't tell. So if you guys are watching this and the stream is working and the audio is good, let me know. Nope, not working. Bad cell phone service. Breaking up a bit. That's what we need to know. That's a test. Let me know if it gets better. I'm going to head back down towards town. Kind of laggy, but you can hear fine. Well, that's something interesting. We need to figure out how to make it work without it without it being choppy. Receptions are like the waves, choppy. It's pretty smooth in here. We've had smooth internet. All right. So, anyways, look, Josh let me borrow his Bixby. We worked on a mount for the Old Town Predator in big water that drops into the center console. Worked well. I had the Bixby. He's out of town, and if you guys can hear me, I wanted to put the Bixby on the Lynx. So that's what we did. Now, if you know anything about the Lynx and the Bixby, the new J2 motor doesn't fit through the pedal drive. Not sure how you would mount it back there. Definitely not strong enough bungee and stuff on the rudder system. So put it over here. Oops, can't drive. Folds down. And this is just a prototype, so it's interesting. Now I gotta use my wrist to turn the power on. And we're off at full speed. That needs a little bit of adjustment down there. So that's the prototype. Even with it in the water on the side, yeah, Bixby on your Old Town 120, done. It's done. It'll go in the drive insert. Super smooth install, removal. You're gonna like it, okay? But be a little bit before we get them out. We actually were approved to be Bixby dealers, so we've been working on that prior to releasing the inserts, so we can sell you guys the whole kit, right? That's down. It's on 3 power, and on 3 power we're doing about 1.5 miles. If you guys can see that, might be hard to see, but it's still, the Lynx still tracks really well, even with the Bixby on the side. You can leave the pedals in. On 4 power, we're doing, I guess maybe it's 5 power, we're doing 2.7, and you can actually pedal with it and increase your speed to over 3 with 0 effort, which is pretty awesome, which would also conserve battery. Hopefully, Bixby mount for an Old Town. Yeah, so we made a Bixby mount for the Old Town too. We haven't released it yet because we wanted to get the Bixby stuff rolling and have them in route before we show everybody. But it goes into the insert, and I'm gonna make cool videos of these. It's kind of like a teaser video. If you're watching it, you see it. If not, I'm just gonna delete this. I'm not gonna actually post it. Is the audio or video better, worse? What's it look like? It's just a bunch of experiments, right? So we're going downriver. I'm not sure if you guys can see it. I can't switch the camera around. That guy folds up, folds down. Here's a prototype, so we have a lock on there. We're gonna change just up a bit, but it's pretty smooth system. Uh, you can turn it off, turn the Bixby off, and then go away and turn right all the way. Hopefully you guys can see that. But had some experimenting to do. but it's working really well. So let's pick it up. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, we're on 7 power with the Bixby. We just took off, no pedaling. And you guys can see, obviously we're cruising pretty good. It actually still tracks. You know, both of my hands are holding the cell phone. It actually still tracks perfectly straight, even being powered from the left-hand side. So that's really a testament to the tension in that knob being really, really, really good. Pretty excited. There's some places that we go where maybe we pedal for 2 or 3 miles, and if we could just slap a Bixby on there at 4:30 in the morning and take off without pedaling, and then have enough back, which is actually pretty good, saying this part is pointy so the water goes on it smoothly. If you've ever actually seen the Bixby, you are familiar with the mounting thing. It's really, really skinny, so water flows through it with no restrictions. So that's slowing us down a bit. Let's bump the speed up to 10. All right, now we're getting places. I've already had it well over 3.5. So at 10, we're at about 3.5, which is cool. Now, if we pedal, we'll easily get over 4. I don't want to pedal too hard. We're getting to 4. We're actually cruising pretty darn good right now. Come back to this bridge, so I'll probably get a little noisy. I'm actually going to slow down and turn around. I don't have the locking pin on the mount at the moment, so when you go to turn right, the Bixby actually pops up, but there'll be a locking mechanism here, so it doesn't do that. This is the first look at it. Trevor, the audio still good? Is the video any better than it was? I'm sure it comes and goes. But I appreciate you guys giving me the feedback on whether the video is good or not. Remember, we're going to delete we're not going to post this video. We're going to delete it. So whoever sees it, sees it. Just wanted to show you guys the Bixby and test out the on-the-water reception. It would be cool if we could actually just stream from the water while fishing. I just don't know if it's going to be possible. For the old towns, can you use a shallow water anchor point mount near the rudder for the Bixby? You can. There's which old town do you have? There's a bunch of ways you could do it. Okay, you could use an offset plate, or let's see, Bixby makes a motor mount bracket for back there. You could even put it on your rudder. Lots of people do it. There's a lot of options. Okay, the big water, if you want to keep your stock rudder there, you could use the outboard kit. There's a bunch of options, man. We'll try to go over some of that stuff once we get the Bixby products into the store. I'll be able to sit down and make videos and show rigging options with it for the old town and for the Lynx. The Bixby's pretty expensive, but if you do fish places that are a long ways away, or maybe you have a problem with your back, or maybe your leg, the Bixby's a pretty cool option, right? The ability to say, I read a bunch of different stuff on battery life. We'll test it, try to figure it out. But if you can go 80 minutes of full power is typically not the most efficient. I think we're on 3 right now, and we're doing 2 miles per hour. I don't know about you, but if I could come back at 2 miles per hour without pedaling and waste 0 energy when it's 120 degrees outside, I'm not going to be unhappy, right? But if you're older, this whole system, you're like under 10 pounds, like the battery, I think, and the motor. We'll get all that stuff verified, but it's pretty interesting. So with the motor on 3, you turn, It kind of lifts up a little bit just because the push pin's not in there. But for the prototype, it works extremely well. A few changes need to be made, which I tested before I went live. But yeah, that's it. You guys got any questions about it, let me know. We're going to make it so the plate's reversible, so it can go over there on the right side as well as the left. And then obviously when you turn this off, you can just fold this up. So if you're getting into shallow water, not a big deal. You can actually turn it off or fold it up while it's running too. So say, it's going and you hit shallow water, you can just pick this up. It's still spinning, but it's not gonna hurt anything. Pretty cool, pretty nifty. Yeah, a good trolling system on those days when it's super hot and you don't feel like pedaling. Agreed. We'll get a lot more of those details out once. I don't know all the details there. The salty or the big water predator, the salty, and the 120s and the 106s. Guys got questions? Just shoot me an email. Dick at Navarre Kayak Fishing. Says I'm frozen. Nothing I can do about it, I reckon. All right, we tested it out. I appreciate the guys' feedback on the cell phone service. Maybe we can find a place where the cell phone service is better in the future, but this is the best we can do on short notice. Thanks for watching.